Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. This is episode number 7 of our Next.js and Tailwind CSS series. And in this video, I'm going to speak about middlewares. And let's go and see what is the middleware and how we can use it. According to Next.js document, middleware allows you to run code before a request is completed. Then, based on the incoming request, you can do anything like modifying the response by rewriting, redirecting, or modifying the request or response headers, or responding directly. That's it, and let's go and implement middleware. In order to use the middlewares, we need to have a Next.js project. I again want to use this Next.js Tailwind sandbox project, and I will clone it inside of my Windows. And then I will open it in my VS Code. Again, I want to create a new branch for this episode, which is episode 7. So I will create a new episode, which is episode 7 from episode 6. And here, let's install the required libraries using npm i. That's it. And I want to run my project, so I use npm run dev. So this is our project. Let's go and see how we can create a middleware here. In the document, it says that use the file of middleware.ts or js in the root of your project to define middleware. Let's do this, and in root of our project, I create a middleware.js because I don't have TypeScript here. And for an example, let's copy everything from here and paste them here and delete this type. I don't have any type. And also let's close this Explorer and delete this type from here. I don't want this comment. And let's format our document. So this is a standard middleware. This middleware has a next response, and inside of it, I have this function of middleware, which has the input of request, and it will return a next response that redirect to this route. And there I have a matcher, and this matcher is export const of config, which is an object, and inside of that, I can have a matcher, which is the route that I want it to be matched. So my route is /about/anything. Let's check it. So I go here, and if I refresh here, you can see that I don't have any redirect. But if I go to /about/any route, and if I press enter, you can see that this matcher would be matched, and I will have the next response that redirect to /new URL of my URL /home. So you can see that I redirected to /home, and my middleware worked. So let me add some comments to this middleware. So this is my first example with a standard matcher. And instead of this redirecting, I don't want to redirect my user. And let me show you. I want to just log the request to show you that what is this request. So in /about/path, I want to log my request. Let's do this and go to /about/something and check it. You can see that my request is an object with a lot of options like the IP, geo, next URL, and URL, and a lot of data. I want to log some of them to show you. So let me delete this request and copy some code here to log something I want to show you here. This is what I want to log. So in the first line, I want to log middleware invoked at time with the time of invoking this middleware. Then I want to log the URL with request.url and the path name, which is request.nextURL.pathname, and also the method, which is request.method. So let's check this again, and let's go down. Okay. So again, I want to go to /about/anything to use this matcher, and here I press enter. You can see that I have logs here, and in the first line I have this middleware invoked at the time, which is the time of invoking this middleware. Then I have the URL, which is http://localhost port 3000/about/this, which is exactly my URL. Then I have this path name, which is /about/something, and the path name is after our base URL. And I have the method of this request, which is get. And this is it. So this was for our first example. And here we use this matcher, but we can use some conditional matching, and this is what we are using in next example. So let me copy that and continue. So I copied all of this on the button again, and I changed this label to number 2, conditional matching with include. And this is just exactly the middleware without this config. So let's comment everything here and this matcher and continue with our second example. Our second example is exactly that middleware without any matcher. And here I want to have a conditional matching. How I can do this? I saw that I have this request.url and we can check that URL. So here we can simply check it, and if request.url includes the route I want, for example /auth/anything, I can invoke all of these codes. So I say that in the second example, I say that if request.url.includes/auth/anything invoke all of these functions. Let's check it here. So here, if I press enter for /about, you can see that I don't have anything here because the previous example is commented, and here I don't have this /auth in my URL. But if I go to for example auth/that address, you can see that my middleware invoked again in this time with this URL of /auth/sdf, which is a test, and my path name is /auth/that, and my method is get. So this was the second example. You saw that we have exactly the same result with matcher, but this time we have a lot of flexibility here because we can use this includes and check anything we want, and based on the different things we want to see on the URL, we can invoke our method. So let me copy the next example and work on it. So this is for the last example, and let's comment again the second example and continue. So in the last example, I want to do exactly the same thing with regex. So in order to doing that inside of my middleware, let's have a new regex. For example, const of out regex checker equals to a new regexp, and inside of that I want to have /auth/star for my regex. This is it, /star, and after that, instead of this if, we can simply change this with that auth. So let's change it to auth regex checker dot test with our request dot URL, and let's format document and check it. So we created a new regex with /auth/star, which is this address, and we check that if my regex.test with request.url is true, again do that. So let's test it. So if I go to, for example, /home, you can see that nothing is run. That's good. But if I go to, and we know that we commented the second example, so the last example would be invoked. So if I go to /auth/register, you can see that my function invoked here, and I have this URL of /auth/register and also /auth/register as my path name and method of get. Let's check another one. For example, let's say logout, and you can see that I have it here. So I have again my middleware invoked at this time, and also I have this URL of /auth/logout, also the path name, and my method is get. So you can see that my middleware is working correctly, and here when the middleware is invoked, you can simply have your logic of authentication or anything else. Let me copy all of these to the above examples. And this is the middleware for this episode. I hope you enjoy it. And this was about the middlewares, and we will check it on the next videos, and we will work on it when we are going to use the authentication and authorization in our Next.js in next episodes. I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know your opinion in the comment section, and don't forget to hit the like button and leave some comments for me, and also subscribe to my channel. Have a good time and goodbye.